From the Carl Chevrolet Studios in West Des Moines, welcome to Iowa Live. I am Blue, and I am being joined by our good friend, Dr. Josiah Fitzsimmons from Vero Neuropathy. Dr. J, how are you today?
I'm doing awesome. It's a beautiful day out.
It sure is, but we want to talk about how we can eliminate your neuropathy pain, because this guy and his doctors can do it. But first, I want to put things in perspective, because we learned something a while back. According to the clevelandclinic.org, there are a lot of people, and we're talking millions of people that suffer from neuropathy pain. Tell us about that.
Absolutely, and that's the big thing, that neuropathy can be caused from all different sorts of conditions: exposure to toxins, chemotherapy, statin drugs, all different things. Diabetes is a really big one, and so many people are having it. It's just getting more every single year.
I heard autoimmune diseases come into play too, and I hadn't heard that before. How does that all affect everything? What is happening with neuropathy?
Autoimmune disease, exposure to toxins, Agent Orange. We have a lot of veterans that had the exposure to different toxins. But what it does, deteriorates the coating around the nerve. You should have this nice protective coating around your nerve, kind of like the rubber around your electrical wires in your house. And so that's what's actually deteriorated. It's called your myelin sheath, and that's what breaks down, therefore exposing that inside electrical wire to the inside of your body.
So when the nerves are firing, and the electrical impulses are going through there, like this video will show us here, you see the pulses going out. If it doesn't have insulation, and you could have an electrical problem like this, even maybe with your air conditioning now, with the arc jumping from one wire to another and shorting out your AC, that's what happens here.
That's a great example, yeah. So you don't have that protective coating, so then the nerve is exposed to the rest of your body, then you get the numbness, tingling, burning sensations. Really starts to affect people's quality of life severely.
Yeah, and so when this happens, you start seeing some major effects with people, don't you?
Absolutely. So a lot of people, depending on the severity of it, can start to have to need a walker or a wheelchair. Once you get up over 80% nerve damage, typically it can never be reversed. And that's the one thing I always want to talk to people about these days, is neuropathy absolutely can be reversed.
It can.
People have been told for decades, there's nothing you can do. You got to take medications, drugs, have surgeries just to mask the symptoms, but that's not the case at all. We just had a guy in our office named Dennis. He hadn't felt his feet in over 20 years. He got his feeling back for the first time in over 2 decades, just 6 weeks in to his treatment.
Wow, and what was his response when he started feeling his appendages again?
Yeah, he just couldn't believe it, to have feeling in his feet again with not having it for such a long time. But the biggest thing we talk about, neuropathy is a progressive degenerative condition. It's just going to continue to get worse and worse and worse unless you do something about it. So no matter if you're early stage, late stage, there is hope for improvement, but you need to get on top of it sooner rather than later.
Yeah, and we're talking about not being able to feel your feet and some of the things that could be affected by that. You're not going to feel that if you step on a nail or something. And you said previously you had somebody that had that happen.
We've had multiple people that working throughout the day, takes his shoes off and it nailed 2 inches thick into his feet. He had that happen 3 days in a row, and his wife was finally like, you need to go to Vero, you got to get this fixed.
Well, and you can fix it at Vero, and you have a whole staff, a stacked staff of doctors that are specializing in this.
Yeah, we have 7 doctors that all specialize in working with neuropathy. All of our treatment coordinators have board certifications in neuropathy. This is really our specialty. Really what we have per se is a neuropathy formula, where we put a whole package together of treatment protocols to actually regenerate the arteries, restore the nerves, decrease the inflammation, put the body in the most healing state, not just for short-term relief, but actually long-term correction and reversal.
So you're correcting the root of the problem.
Exactly. We're actually helping the body recreate that coating around the nerve so you get permanent improvements.
But the first thing we need to find out is what type of damage you may have, and you have a special that is going on right now. You want to pay attention to this, everybody, because this is a heck of a deal.
Yeah, absolutely. So most places to get the test done, they just take a toothpick, they poke you a couple times on the bottom of your feet. We're going to do 8 different unique tests to calculate down to the exact percentage of sensory loss that you have in your hands or your feet. That way we can classify exactly what stage of degeneration you're at. And we're doing it at a huge discount, only $49.
$49. There's the number, 335-VERO, 515 area code, of course, but 515-335-VERO. And you're going to get the personal consultation. You're going to get the exam and then the report of the findings, so you can start making progress and start getting relief the right way without masking it with drugs.
Exactly. And the biggest thing I tell people, get in sooner rather than later. Even if you're not ready to take action, at least know where you're at. Know, do I have 15% loss? Do I have 30? Do I have 50? Am I at 80%? 50% loss. You need to know that information so you can make the most informed decision for your health, because that's really going to have a dramatic effect on your life if you don't.
All right, give him a call right now, 335-VERO, and just say, hey, Dr. J told me to give you a call so you can help me with my pain, and he can do it. Dr. Josiah Fitzsimmons, thank you so much, sir.
Thank you, Lou.
All right, we'll be right back. This is Iowa Live.